I'm Joe. I like talking about the Texas Rangers, and today I'm going to be talking about game 44 of the regular season, where the Texas Rangers lose 7-4 against the Cleveland Guardians. And you know what? I've been defending him, and I still love the kid. I still love Jack Leiter, but I just don't think he's ready yet. I know I believe in him, and I think he's going to be huge for the Rangers organization in the future. I just don't think he's ready for it now. I don't think he's ready to contribute to the major league team yet. He just didn't look good out there. I think the thing that made me the most nervous about him, or the most concerning, was he's not a strikeout threat, at all, really, at the major level. His pitch count was 34 in the first inning, and it's because his second at bat went 11 pitches because he just doesn't throw strikeout pitches, and he hit 2 batters, so maybe he was nervous. I don't know, but I just don't think he's ready yet, and I think we could damage his development by leaving him in these situations where he's going to get punished. I think I don't know what the solution is because, if not him, then who? And there's so many starters injured right now. And, at the beginning of the season, every critic was saying that the Rangers just need to get to the All-Star break because once all of Scherzer and DeGrom and Malley were healthy, then the starting rotation would thrive. That's what everyone said at the beginning of the season. And at the beginning of the season, everyone was proven wrong because our starting rotation did thrive. Our slow start was due to our bats. It wasn't due to our rotation. And Dane Dunning was good. And Andrew Heaney was good. And John Gray has been better than he's ever been in his career. He is playing like an all-star right now. The bullpen has been fantastic for the most part. I know today Yates gave up his second run, but the bullpen's been fantastic. Well over expectation. And now the rotation that everyone already said needed to just last has just taken more blows. It's just taken more and more blows. Dane Dunning is out. Nathan Eovaldi is out. Cody Bradford, who's looked fantastic, is out. Max Scherzer, who we thought might have been back by now, is not back due to a nerve strain, I think, in his thumb. So that's 5 guys right there. There's your rotation. And it's just tough because in my ideal rotation for the Rangers, I don't think Andrew Heaney's pitching games. I don't think Michael Lorenzen's pitching games. I don't think Jack Leiter's pitching games. And I don't think Jose Urena is a starter. And that's 4 of our 5 right now. John Gray's the only one who's been great so far. So, I know I've said this in every video, but I just mean it. We just have to get healthy. We have to last. We have to stay above. We have to float above water until late May, maybe early June, if that's what it takes for us to get back. So maybe 2 more weeks, maybe 3 weeks until some of these injuries finally are playing baseball again. And, Josh Young, I think when he comes back, it'll be great. We just got to last because our division has been bad this year. Our division has been bad. I'm so grateful for it. Seattle hasn't been good. Houston hasn't been good. Houston's been one of the worst teams in baseball, and it honestly makes me so ecstatic. But we're 2.5 games back. If the Mariners win tonight, game's not over when I'm recording this. And we're 500 again we're on a 5-game losing streak and we're 500 again. We've never been below 500 since Bruce Bochy has been manager. So I know that's this season and last season, but still, that's an insanely incredible feat. And I hope we don't go under 500 tomorrow. And I feel bad because Jack Leiter we lost the game in this. We played great baseball the rest of the game, but it's just tough to come back 6-0. We made it 6-4, and we got runners on base, and Cleveland has a great bullpen, and we had to fight it tooth and nail, and we just couldn't. Also, solo home runs don't win baseball games. Doubles and 3-run homers win baseball games, because if you just get solo homers, teams can live with that. Rallies are what beat you. Cleveland went on one rally in the second inning where they scored 6 runs, and that's how they won. They hit a 3-run homer, and they hit a double that scored 2 runs. So the rallies are what wins baseball games, not solo home runs. And I'm worried. Another thing that worries me is that we have players who are massively exceeding expectation, and I'm worried they're not going to stay that way, because stars are usually stars, and players can be great and they can contribute, and I'm so grateful that they have, but it doesn't always last, and it's not something we should count on. And I'm talking about like Josh Smith and Ezekiel Duran. Like, do you remember Jared Walsh? Beginning of the season, he was great, and then he kind of fell off rather quickly. And Josh Smith, he's been a little worse. He's still been good. He's still been great. He got a hit today. I want to say he might have walked. I don't remember. And Ezekiel Duran was great today. But I don't know how consistent that's going to be. And so we need our star players back. I mean, I've said the pitching woes. And Evan Carter, I'd much rather have Evan Carter playing games than Ezekiel Duran. I think Ezekiel Duran, he still has a lower OPS because Ezekiel Duran hit homers last year. I don't know why he's not hitting homers this year. I wonder, and I just don't get it. He had 14 last year and he hasn't hit a single one. Evan Carter, I'd much rather have him playing baseball games than Ezekiel Duran. He's faster. He's got better plate discipline. And he's a much better defender in left field. And that's just because Ezekiel Duran is an infielder. I think I appreciate how versatile he's been. It's just not his role. Josh Smith has been great. And Josh Smith has been so helpful to this team. But I'd much rather have Josh Young. And I think Josh Smith should still get play time, like a lot. Like, I think, how often we rest players? How often we give Corey a day off, or we give Adolis a day off, or whoever it is. And I think every single time that should be Josh Smith. And so I think he should be playing 4 out of 7 games. And I think that's perfectly realistic, given what I just said, is like 4 out of 7. And I think when Wyatt comes back, I want Wyatt to play. Wyatt has been good, and he's been unlucky. He swings the bat harder than anyone on our team. He's fast. He's so fast. And he's due. Like, I know people in baseball don't like talking about due. He's due. So when Wyatt Langford comes back and Evan Carter comes back, and Wyatt Langford, Evan Carter, Josh Young, all the pitching staff, watch out. I know I've said it a million times, and I'm going to say it a million more times, because when we're healthy, I like us against anybody. And so, we lost tonight, and we're on a bit of a cold streak, and we need a rebound. And, tomorrow on the mound, I think we're sending out John Gray, so I feel great about that. John's been fantastic. And they've got Cookie Carrasco, who hasn't been great this season. So, if we can come out the gate firing, I think that's another thing where we kind of struggle with is, 11 of our wins this season are comeback wins. That's half. Half our wins are comebacks, which is impressive. But if we can just start games right, we don't have to keep playing this comeback game. And so I think that's another thing we need to improve on. And tomorrow I think we can do it. If we can win tomorrow, we play LA, the Angels next. And I think we're a lot better than the Angels, especially if Mike Trout's still hurt. We're a lot better than the Angels. And we just got to get through Cleveland. And I think if we win now, I think we can start a good some momentum. But I'll be here to talk about Game 45 tomorrow. Go Rangers.